Hello children, let me welcome you to the virtual class of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. My name is Shraddha teacher. Children, we are in the middle of this COVID-19 pandemic and because of that we are not able to go to school, but that doesn't mean we are going to stop learning. So we are going to do many lessons which are very interesting from your textbook through the virtual class here. So let us do a lesson in English today. So children, let me welcome you to the next part of the lesson that we were doing in Standard 4th English. So do you remember the name of the lesson? Yes, I hope you have recalled that it is lesson number 24 from your English textbooks, and the name of the lesson is The Laughing King. Now children, in the previous video that we saw the first part of the lesson. We discussed what the meaning of a drama is or what the meaning of a play is, and I told you that this particular lesson is in the form of a play. And we also discussed that in a play there is a stage, there is an audience, okay, there are actors who play different characters and so many other interesting things. We also saw children that every play has got 4 or 5 or 6 scenes. Now what are these scenes? These scenes are nothing but parts of the play. So we learned all this last time. Now come on, let us move on and let us go to the next part of this lesson, or we will wind up the lesson in this part, and that is part 2 of the story, The Laughing King. Now before we go to the second part of the story, we will be quickly looking at what we have learned in the previous video. If you want to know the story in detail, then you can go and watch the previous video that I have put up for lesson number 24, The Laughing King. Alright, so come on, let's move on and let us see what we learned in the first part of the story. So we saw that in this particular story, we have 2 main characters. So the first main character that we have is the king. And what is the name of the king? The name of the king is King Leonard. Alright. And then we saw that the story happens because of the second important character in the story. And who is that character, children? That character is a witch whose name is Griselda. Okay, and we saw that how this Griselda, she comes hurrying towards the king when the king is walking in the garden, and then she slips and she falls into a puddle. And because of that, the king starts laughing at her, and then she casts a spell on the king, or she does some kind of magic on the king. Okay, then we saw the various scenes. So scene number 1 was in the garden where King Leonard is taking a walk. And then we saw what all happens in the garden and how the king cannot stop laughing now. And why he can't stop laughing? It is because of the curse or the spell or the magic which has been cast by witch Griselda. Then we moved on to scene 2. Now scene 2 was set in the palace of the king. And there we saw that as soon as the queen sees King Leonard coming, she rushes to him with a plate of cakes. And she offers the cakes to the king, but the king is not able to eat the cake. Why? Because he cannot stop laughing. And why can't he stop laughing? Because witch Griselda has cast a spell on him. Well, now that we know it, okay, but the queen doesn't know it. And so the queen gets very annoyed and she warns the king that you will break my plate. And that is exactly what happens. The king laughs and he drops the plate of cake, and the plate of cake breaks into pieces. Now the queen is very angry, and at the same time you will see that his daughter, the princess Cynthia, she also comes running, and then she tries to help her mother by picking up the broken pieces of plate which is made up of glass so that she can mend it, but in the process she injures her finger. Okay, and the king cannot still stop laughing. And then now they are very, very angry. Mother and daughter, they are very, very angry with the king. And so now the scene shifts to scene 3. So this is where we were when we were doing the lesson last time. So we will begin with scene 3 now. Let us see how the story progresses. We have 2 scenes to look at here, scene 3 and scene 4. And then after that, what we will do is, we will try and do some exercises which are part of the English workshop. Alright, so now where is scene 3 set? Now as soon as you can see this image, you will realize that scene 3 is set in the, you can say, darbar of the king, or in the court of the king, where the king sits and meets his people. So as soon as the king goes into the court, he is still laughing, remember? He goes into his chamber and he's followed by all his servants, his attendants, his ministers, and then he wants to meet the wise men. I told you, na, wise men means ministers. He wants to meet his ministers, and they are thinking that the king is thinking that his ministers will give him some kind of solution to the problem that he is facing right now. So now the wise men are holding a meeting with the ruler of the neighboring kingdom. And who's the ruler of the neighboring kingdom? It is King Ferdinand. So this King Leonard rules a particular kingdom, and there is a neighboring kingdom also, just like we have India, and then we have our neighbors, isn't it? We have Pakistan, we have Bangladesh, we have Nepal. In the same way, there is a kingdom which is next to the kingdom of King Leonard. And who is the king of that particular kingdom? It is King Ferdinand. Now King Ferdinand has come with a complaint to King Leonard. Now what is a complaint? Now King Ferdinand says that there are thieves from Leonard's kingdom who are going and stealing fruits from his orchard. Now what is the meaning of an orchard, children? An orchard means a fruit garden. A garden where there are only fruits. Okay, fruit trees. So now this is a very serious thing, isn't it? King Ferdinand himself has come. He has not sent his wise men, he has not sent his messengers, but he himself has come to complain to our King Leonard, that your people or your thieves, people from your kingdom, are coming and they are stealing fruits from my orchard. But what do you think King Leonard's reaction is? Will King Leonard look sad? Will he get angry? He must be feeling sad, he must be feeling angry. But then, because of the magic cast by witch Griselda, he continues to laugh. Leonard helplessly holds his sides and roars with laughter. So he starts laughing loudly, when actually he should not laugh at all, isn't it? He should assure his friend that I will look into the matter and I will punish the thieves. But then he starts laughing. And imagine when someone comes to you with a complaint, when someone comes to tell you their problem, and you start laughing at them, how will that person feel? So here, look at King Ferdinand's face. See, he's looking very sad and he's looking very angry also at the same time. Okay, and what does he say? He gets very, very angry and he says, how dare you laugh at my complaint? He says, I will not put up with this sort of an insult. I will be soon back with my army. So see, this has become a very serious matter. When the queen got angry, when the princess Cynthia got angry, the matter was not very serious. But here, the moment King Ferdinand became angry, the matter became very, very serious. Why? Because King Ferdinand said that I will be back with my army. So what is he saying? He is threatening King Leonard. He is giving a dhamki to King Leonard and saying that I will come with my army and I will declare war on you. So that will be a big loss, isn't it? And now King Leonard, he tries to stop him. He says, don't go, my friend. Stop him, wise men. Stop King Ferdinand. But then it's too late and King Ferdinand walks away very, very angrily. Now the king's wise men are also very confused, and they ask him, "What makes you laugh at this serious hour?" That is, King Ferdinand has declared war against you. He's saying that I will come back with my army. And then what makes you laugh at such a serious time? That is when Leonard tells his wise men about his problem. He says, "Ha ha, sorry, I can't help laughing. Ha ha ha, due to witch Griselda's magic." So the wise men say, "The witch's magic? Well, let's all go to witch Griselda and request her to help the king." So now they have realized, when the king has told them that it is because of the witch's magic that I am not able to stop laughing. So they decide that they will go to witch Griselda and they will say sorry to her, and they will explain that the king laughed, and now we are all sorry that the king laughed. The king is also sorry. Why? Because so many bad things are happening because of his continuous laughing. So they said, "Well, let's all go to witch Griselda and request her to help the king." So now, children, you must have realized that now from the palace, from the king's court, from his chambers, they will go to another place. Okay? Because now they want to meet witch Griselda. So they will go to another place, they will go to the garden. So naturally, it means that now the scene will change. So now we are on scene 4, where the king and the wise men are back into the garden where all the trouble started in the morning. And there they find that the witch is sitting with a frown on her face. Now, what is the meaning of a frown? A frown means when you are a little angry, okay? When you are not happy with what you are saying. So we have an exercise where we are going to look at some phrases also. We will look at their meanings, and I will try to explain the phrases using pictures also. Okay? So the king enters with his wise men. They see the witch sitting under the tree with a frown on her face. Can you see? She is still not cooled down. She's still not calmed down. She's still very angry that the king laughed at her. Then what happens? The king starts telling her that because of your spell, I hurt my wife's feelings. How did he hurt his wife's feelings? His wife bought a plate full of nice, tasty cake for him, which she had baked herself. But the king went on laughing and he dropped the plate, and the plate broke, and even the cake was wasted. And that is why the wife was very angry that in spite of all this, the king is still laughing. So he says, because of your spell, I hurt my wife's feelings and that of my daughters also. What happened to the daughter? The daughter went to pick up the pieces of the plate and she cut her fingers. And did the king try to console her? No, the king went on laughing because he could not help it. It was because of the magic spell of witch Griselda. So he's telling the witch, see, all these bad things have been happening to me since morning. Then he also says, I had to say sorry to my friend, King Ferdinand. Why? Because I hurt his feelings too. Okay, then he says, and my friends also, by laughing at their misfortunes. What is the meaning of misfortune? Misfortune here means bad luck or something bad which happens to you. So he says, all these bad things are happening to me since morning. And why is it happening? It is all happening because of the magic that you did on me. And he says, I am sorry for what I did, but please, please release me from this magic. So the witch understands, and the witch says, since you are sorry about your behavior, I will give you one chance. But if you ever laugh at anyone's troubles, King Leonard, she warns him that if you ever laugh at someone else's trouble, remember, King Leonard, I will again cast this magic spell on you and I will never release you from the magic. The moment she says that, King Leonard again says sorry, and then the witch Griselda, she says, Shung Mung Zun, back to your normal self, King Leonard. So she releases him. When she puts the magic on him, that time also she says, Shung Mung Zung. And here again she's saying, Shung Mung Zung. Like we say abracadabra, like that she's saying, Shung Mung Zung. And she releases King Leonard and he becomes his normal self again. Okay? And let us see how the story ends. King Leonard is very, very happy because he has stopped laughing. And he says, at last I have stopped laughing. What a relief. Thank you very much, Witch Griselda. Thank you. Now I will write a letter of apology to King Ferdinand. Apology means sorry. I'll get a set of new plates for my queen. Bring my daughter Cynthia. I'll stick a plaster on her poor finger. But first, let me present a new dress to dear old Witch Griselda. So see, whatever wrong he has done, he wants to correct all that. So he has realized his mistake. Okay? And everyone present there, they say, 3 cheers for the king. Hip, hip, hooray. So now this is a story about how your behavior should be. You should never laugh at someone else's problems. This story also teaches us that we might commit a mistake sometimes. But when we realize that we have committed a mistake, we should also try to repair it. We should try to set it right. Okay? So this was the story of King Leonard and Witch Griselda. So now, like I told you, as soon as the story is over, we will try to do some exercises also which are there in your English workshop part. So we have done the 4 scenes now from the story. Let's go and try to answer the questions. Now if you see page number in your textbook, if you see page number 58 in your textbook, you have question number 1 where there are 8 questions. So what I will do is, I will solve 4 for you and the remaining I will leave it to you to solve. Okay? So what is the first question that we have here? It is, why did King Leonard laugh at Witch Griselda? So why do you think King Leonard laughed at Witch Griselda? So now what you have to do is, you have to pause the video here. Do not directly see the answer. Pause the video and try to figure out the answer yourself before seeing the answer which I have given you. Okay? So, Griselda comes hurrying towards the king and in a haste slips and falls into the puddle. And that is why King Leonard laughs at Witch Griselda. So you can see here this image from the textbook where you can see the witch falling and the king laughing. Alright? Let us go to question number 2 now. What effect did Griselda's magic have on the king? So Griselda did some magic on the king. Shung Mung Yung, she said. And what happened because of that magic? Because of the magic, the king was cast under Griselda's spell and he could not stop laughing. So he went on laughing and laughing and laughing. So you can see the king here laughing. Okay? What about the next question here? Why did the queen get annoyed? So why did the queen get very angry? The queen got angry because the king did not stop laughing and dropped her plate of cakes and she broke it. See? He did not stop laughing and she broke her and he broke the plate of cakes also that she had bought. So the queen got very, very annoyed. Annoyed means angry. See the look on her face? Does she look happy? No, she looks very angry, isn't it? Let's go to the next and last question. How did Prince Cynthia console her mother What did Prince Cynthia say to her mother? She said that I will mend the plate for you. That means Princess Cynthia promised to mend the plate for her mother. So the plate was broken and she promised to stick it together for her. So mending it, repairing it. Okay, so these are the 4 questions. Now you have 4 more questions. Who was King Ferdinand? What was his complaint? And then you have why was King Ferdinand angry with King Leonard and how did he show his anger? Then you have why did King Leonard want to stop laughing? And finally you have why did Witch Griselda decide to help the king? What was her condition? So come on, read the story again, go through the videos again and try to figure out answers to these 4 questions as well. Let us move on to the next exercise, that is exercise 2 from your textbook, where we are supposed to use the following phrases or words in the sentences. So what are the words or phrases? We have scrambled, we have frowned, we have looking for, and put up with. Okay, so scrambled meaning is what? Where will you use it? Frowned means what? Where will you use it? Let us see. Look at the first sentence. I cannot dash 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 such nonsense, said the teacher. So I cannot put up with such nonsense, said the teacher. So what do you think the meaning of put up with could be? The meaning of put up with is tolerate or stand such nonsense. So see, the teacher is very angry. The students have done some kind of mischief in the class and the teacher is saying, I will not put up with. So putting up with means tolerating or standing. Okay, the next one. He scrambled over the rocky hilly side. Now scrambled can have many meanings, children, over here. One way of saying scramble is, you must have all eaten anda burji. Your mummy must have made egg burji, where she just breaks the egg and she just goes on cooking it. So it becomes scrambled, it becomes like burji, no shape. That is also called as scrambling, and you say scrambled eggs. But here scramble means to crawl. See, over the rocky hillside. Look at the sentence. He scrambled over the rocky hillside. So when you have to climb a hill which is rocky also, what will you do? You will try to crawl, you will try to scramble using your hands and your legs. Okay, so this is the meaning of scrambling over here. Look at the next one. When Ajit's father saw Ajit's school record, he dash. What did he do? He frowned. So look at him. Frowning means what? Does he look angry? Does he look happy? What does he look like? He looks angry, isn't it? Look at his expression. That means Ajit's marks are not very good. That is why the moment Ajit's father sees his school record, he frowns. So frowning means to get angry. Okay, to bring your eyebrows together and make an expression on your face where you don't look happy. And the last one is of course the one which is remaining. Who are you looking for? Asked Anil. My mother, said Amit. So looking for means here searching. Who are you searching for? Asked Anil. My mother, said Amit. Okay, so this is how we put these particular words or these particular phrases into a sentence, but at the same time it is also very, very necessary for you to understand the meaning of these phrases. Okay, so hope what I have told you and the pictures that you can see are making the meaning of these phrases very, very clear to you. Now let us go to the last exercise that we have. It is about the punctuation marks. So I will do a detailed video about the various punctuation marks later. But here we will discuss the punctuation mark that I have asked us to do. So let us read these sentences first. See, what a bright sunny morning it is. Okay, and see, it is a bright sunny morning, isn't it? The next one, how colorful my garden looks. See, garden is very, very colorful. So what are these sentences? These are exclamatory sentences. Exclamatory sentences means sentences said with a lot of emotion, strongly. Okay, what is the meaning of these sentences? Now let us see. The first sentence means it is a very bright sunny morning. So see the way I am saying it, okay? It is a very bright sunny morning. What a bright sunny morning it is. So can you see how my tone has changed? Okay, so when I am saying an exclamatory sentence, there is a particular way in which I will say it. Now, how colorful my garden looks. And what does it mean? It means that my garden looks very colorful. Alright, look at the differences. In the first two sentences, which are written in green color, there is an exclamatory mark after each sentence. And in the second part, there are full stops. So that is the reason why the way I say it is changing. Once again, what a bright sunny morning it is. How colorful my garden looks. Alright, the meaning is it is a very bright sunny morning. My garden looks very colorful. And this is the last part of the lesson, children, that we were doing. Now there is one exercise which I would like to leave you with. You have to write an exclamatory sentence using your own words. So let me give you an example of an exclamatory sentence which I might say about this lesson. So what a wonderful story it was. Okay, I want to talk about this particular lesson or this particular story of the Laughing King that we have just learned. And I feel that it was a very interesting story, or it was a very wonderful story. So what will I say? What a wonderful story it was. So you can write any sentence of your own, but the sentence should be an exclamatory sentence. And also try to practice this sentence. Try saying this sentence again and again. When you use an exclamation mark after a sentence, there is a particular way in which you say the sentence. Okay, so practice that also. So let me leave you now with this small exercise, and plus I have given you one more exercise where we are supposed to find out answers to the 4 questions. Okay, so this was all for today, children. We did part 2 of the lesson, The Laughing King, and we saw the scene number 3 and scene number 4, and we saw how the king realized his mistake and how he went to witch Griselda and he asked for her forgiveness. He said sorry, and witch Griselda also was graceful enough and she forgave him. And after that, the king, he went and he tried to make up for his mistake. He tried to mend his mistakes. Okay, he repaired his wife's plate, or he bought her a new plate. He even bought a new dress for witch Griselda. Okay, so this was the lesson number 24, The Laughing King, from your English textbook. Hope you enjoyed the story, and also hope you understood the exercises that we tried to solve together. So children, wasn't that a very interesting lesson? I'm sure you learnt a lot of new things in this lesson. If you have liked this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my video so that you will get to see all the videos which I keep posting regularly.